Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxshare, on the show tonight is Mo, Larry, Curly, Albert, Southside and Billy. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, guys.
Evening, lads.
Evening, everyone.
How we doing, Southside? How are you?
Aye, good, mate. Aye, good. Looking forward to the game tomorrow. Looking forward to on the show tonight with Albert and your good self and Billy. Looking forward to it, mate. Hopefully we'll get some good calls in.
How are you, Billy? Glad you could fit us in by the text messages you sent.
Aye, Ox, no problem, mate. Aye, I'm sounds a pound, mate. Looking forward to the show tonight. Getting a good bit of banter on the show and talking about the best team in the world, mate. Looking forward to the game in the morning.
Yeah. His text messages are longer than War and Peace, Albert.
No, mind, mate. Nice and sweet and to the point. Leave it alone at that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Mine's are even worse than yours, mate. Right, okay. Game tomorrow. Big game. They're all big games at the moment, Southside. This is the league. It's for bread and butter. It's for priority. Yes?
Yep, home game at Ibrox. Coming off a victory last week in the league, mate. So all systems go. Hopefully we'll get a good result. I think they've went about 4 or 5 undefeated through what I sort of seen during the week. So they seem to be doing no bad. But they're coming to Ibrox. And there shouldn't be any problem tomorrow. Ox in my eyes, it should be another home win.
Yeah. Thoughts, Albert?
Tomorrow? Oh, definitely. I win, no bother. I don't think it should be any problem. They had a good rest on Tuesday, so they should be able to do it tomorrow. Take about 3 or 4 off them tomorrow, hopefully.
I don't see why not, Billy.
Oh, of course, Ox. I mean, obviously we've got to respect the opposition, mate, but if the Rangers turn up and play their potential, mate, it should be no problem. It should be a formality, 3 points in the bag and a scoreline to go along with it, mate.
Mm-hmm. Aye. If we keep winning and we keep winning the league, I predicted if we beat Hearts Southside, we could take 12 points out of this run up to Christmas the World Cup. Yeah.
Aye, Ox, I heard you last week. You sort of went through the fixtures and that. I mean, I've had a wee look at them myself, but looking at the league fixtures, there's nothing really there to trouble us, I don't think. We've got a good run of games at Ibrox and we've got some good fixtures, a couple of decent fixtures away. Might be difficult, but ones we can win. So looking to get a lot of wins right up to the break, mate, would be perfect for us.
Yeah. Is you similar thinking, Billy?
Aye, of course, mate. I mean, we can only play the opposition that's in front of us, mate, but the games that we've got coming up, we should be looking to win every single one of the games, Ox, yeah. And put us in a good position and get into Christmas, mate. I mean, that's what we're all about, mate. We're all about winning games as a football club. And our fan base demand it, so we should, if we go out and play our potential, mate, and I hope we turn the corner and start getting out and putting our performance in, mate, and starting hitting the string there. I'm sure we'll be right enough get running up into the Christmas period.
Yeah. Getting last night's discussion, Albert, getting square pegs and square holes. It's the way to go, isn't it?
Oh, of course it is, mate. It's not rocket science, is it? Come on, let's be honest about it, man. Somebody plays outside left, you play them outside left. If somebody plays left back, you play them at left back. And it's as simple as that, but we don't seem to want to do it at times. And it's beyond me. I just don't understand it. Left wingers on right wings and vice versa. I just don't get it. And what, do you know the reason thing about me? I see with that one with the left winger on the right and the right winger on the left. Why did they not do that with the full backs then? Why is the left back not playing the right back and the right back and the left? Because that's you nullifying the actual winger, that tactic of playing the right on the left. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense to me. It makes sense to me.
Okay,
I just believe it.
Some news off the park. David Graham, the director of communications, has left the club. Yeah, it's broke after 2 years. All right. So maybe some changes. Maybe somebody's fell down in their role. Maybe whatever. Maybe he's got a new job. Maybe it's family. We'll never know. But wish him all
Maybe
the
he was a
best.
chef. Maybe he was a chef. We like putting people in the wrong jobs, don't we?
You might be right there. You might be right. All right, so breaking news always for the club south side there.
Aye, maybe need to put an application in, I think. But aye, well, if it's changed, mate. Obviously, things move on. So he's probably done a decent job to a point, and whatever reason he's left. And somebody else will come in and fill that role, and hopefully they'll be good at it.
Yeah, communication's important, Billy. I was going to say it's good to stop, but it'd be the wrong thing to say to you, wouldn't it?
No, I've dealt no comment, mate. No comment.
Billy, if you go out, you get one comment a year. It takes all year to read it.
I know, mate. I know.
Albert, he's went all silent on us.
No, I went shy. No, listen.
You hear him giggling there, Albert.
No, listen, mate. That's the communications. Mate, listen, you don't talk. What can you do? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what level that position is in the club, mate. The type of players talk in the park. You know what I mean? Players talk in the dressing room. People talk about board level type thing. You know what I mean? So it's all comes under one big umbrella, mate. So, but listen, if the boys away now, we need to fill that position, and we need to try and get that position filled by somebody that's going to do the job as good, or if not better, than the previous employee, so to speak.
Who would you choose out the Rangers radio pundits or phone callers or panellists and callers, Albert? Who would you choose? Who would be your selection for that?
To put in that position?
Aye.
Oh, let's see now. Oh, probably Big Stevie. Because you probably get pies in the tune out it anyway, so that'd be good. I enjoy that. I don't know who to put in there, to be honest with you, mate. Try to think.
Stevie. What's your thinking, Southside? Stevie?
I'd plump for the big man. Definitely. He's got the attributes for the job.
You turn up at Ibrox for a game and you say, there'll be no seats, I fired them out for the weekend.
I'm sure he'd get the music into order at the start of kick-off and stuff, because some of that mega mix stuff's rotten. I'm sure a big man would sort that out straight away. I
don't know if I like the tunes the music played. I'd rather it was a crowd, if I'm being honest, yeah?
Certain games, I think you can let the crowd try and get the atmosphere going, but I don't know if I would be challenging that tomorrow against St John's against St Mirren.
Gentle applause as you come on the park. Right, okay, we're going to hear from the manager. Are you interested in this, Albert?
Oh, I suppose, aye.
Right, so Jaffa, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Third in the league. What have you made of them so far, and how do you think they've improved since Stephen Robinson has come in?
Well, I think they had a great start of the season. The last 6 games, I think they won 5 games or even. So it's a very good run. They had a great result lately. Very, very recognizable team, the way they play. Very aggressive. Find the 2 strikers really quick. A lot of runners from midfield. Transition moments really strong, and defensive really compact. So if you are third in the league, it means you started the season well. So credit to St Mirren for the way they started the league.
Hi Gio, Borna's just been in about the team needing to learn about playing in the Champions League, about getting that experience. Understandable. From your point of view, is it frustrating having to kind of learn on the job a little bit? You're judged on results, but you as a team aren't used to playing at that level.
Well, of course you want to. I think frustrated is not the right word, because you're frustrating if you're underperforming, if you are playing against a team you should have won and you didn't. Of course, it's a huge learning process for my players to play in the Champions League and to play at this level. Although it's very hard and we didn't won any points, this is the level you want to compete in, and we don't want to switch, for another competition. Everyone wants to be involved in Champions League, but it's really tough. And we face or we sense that and we feel that at the moment. But just look at the groups, look at the teams who are struggling to get even in top two. Really good teams in Europe. So this is the level you want to compete in. Although, the lessons you learn they're really hard. But, I think we are keep improving in the Champions League level. If you look at our games from the first game Ajax until the game we played against Liverpool the last time. But I think also as a team we'll become stronger and becoming stronger for us. That's also really good to take that back to the league and the cup domestic cup competitions.
Finally, from you in Europe, what can Scottish clubs learn and how do they get to the next level in Europe? Is it all about money?
Well, it's not all about money. I mean, it's like, of course, you can get good results in the Champions League. If everything is perfect on the day, you hit your best form. All your players are in the game. We are able to get results, but it's also the opponents you face, and of course, also the experience. Look at all the teams where we are playing. We played Liverpool last Tuesday, a team who played 3 European finals in 5 years. That's incredible. That's incredible achievement they have, and that's also the experience and the competition you face when you play them. So, and then you have to make sure you are, able to keep in the game. And I think we did it against Liverpool when we conceded only twice from set pieces. Of course, we're under pressure in large parts of the game, but if you see the games we lost before, we were already out of the game in the first 20-25 minutes, and that's the experience we did much better against Liverpool.
Hi there. I'll ask about where you feel Ryan Kent's game is at the moment. He's obviously such an important player for you. Do you feel that there's more to come from him this season, though?
Well, that he has to bring more. I mean, I think Ryan is an exceptional player with a lot of qualities. I think the performance he had against Hearts was a really good one with a lot of threat going forward. So I know his qualities. I think the qualities hasn't been there every game. You just need to be consistent and make sure he gives them the best positions on the pitch to be dangerous, to either have an assist or to score the chances he creates himself. I think the goal he scored against Hearts is a great example. When he comes in and just make sure he hits the targets, and he's definitely a player who can give us more goals and assists.
Hi, Gio. Is there any scenario where you would play Colak and Morelos in your starting lineup, or is that not going to be feasible given the structure you normally play?
Well, I think everything is possible. I think they're true players who have goal threat. Colak his start of the campaign has been fantastic. Morelos scoring goals as well, getting fitter and stronger every game he plays. So we have two good strikers. Kamar is already back training full with the squad, so there's another option. But I think at moments in games, they definitely are capable in playing together. But we have to wait and see in which game we can use him, or from the start, or maybe in moments in the game when we have to force a goal. But they can definitely both be on the pitch at the same time.
Hi, good afternoon, Giovanni. I was wondering if there was a squad update ahead of tomorrow, just fitness-wise after the midweek and things. And regarding Tom Lawrence, you said that you were maybe waiting on a wee update regarding his injury. Is there any news there?
For Tom, I don't have any news that I can share. It's still the same what I said the last time. So we're still waiting. And the squad wise, we have James Sands back from of course his suspension against Liverpool, and we have no worries from the game against Liverpool. So everyone who was available then is also available for tomorrow.
Yeah, hi Gio. There was some good news yesterday about Robbie McCrory and his new contract being signed. With those kind of negotiations, has there been any conversations with him about perhaps seeing some more game time, maybe in the League Cup or something like that?
No, I didn't speak with Robbie about game and additional game time. It's of course I'm happy that he's signed a new contract, because he's a very talented goalkeeper. He's already involved with the national team setup, so that for him it's really good. And of course, if you look at the long-term future of this club, it's always good to have a young goalkeeper who's talented. If you see, the age we have with Alan and John as the first two keepers.
Hi, Joe. Could I just ask you a little bit more on Ryan Kent? We've seen Ravi Matondo come on the left-hand side at Anfield. Do you think you'll always play Ryan Kent on the left-hand side? Do you envision a scenario where you could maybe play Matondo on the left and Kent somewhere off the right?
Yeah, well, I think it's if you see his qualities, he can play also on the right. I think he's, if you see all the games he played, his natural more position is on the left. And but we used Robbie as well on the left with substitutions, but also I think he started the game on the left against St. Johnstone. So I think we have wingers who can play both sides. For Ryan, I think his more natural position is on the left, but I think if needed, he can also be playing on the right.
Yeah, thanks for that, Fox. Back with us, chaps.
Yep.
Obviously, a few questions about Ryan Kent, and I know this will be really difficult for you, Billy, and I'll go to you last, so it time to settle in, right? It's a yes or a no answer. A yes or a no answer. Would you play Ryan Kent tomorrow, Southside?
No.
Albert?
No.
Billy?
3 straight no's, no.
Yes or a no answer, William? Right, okay.
No.
I agree. I think the boy needs to come out. I also think he's void of confidence, Albert.
He's void of confidence. He doesn't look interesting. Blah, blah, blah. It's all been said. The proof of the pudding's in the eating. I didn't know is that assist and that goal he scored on Saturday. I think somebody said it was the first time he's done it in a game since 2019. Was that right?
An assist and a goal in a one game?
Yeah. Something like that, some crazy stat like that. That's
an assist and a goal. I suppose that's the same as you, Fox, and a blonde and a brunette are the same. I better stop. Right.
Same night.
I get you. Well, but somebody playing in that position, I don't think he'd scored since March Southside, had he?
He's been a good while since he scored. I think probably the one I remember was the Red Star game, but I can't remember a league goal.
I'll check
but
exactly.
If that stat's true, all better close to it, it's frightening, isn't it? I think if you judge him on the game against Hearts, which I've got to look at, then I think he done what we were hoping he would start then. If you're judging him for the game and get the European game, then obviously it's a different thing because his team was set up wrong and all that, and it just wasn't right and no position wise. But if you're looking for him to kick on tomorrow, I just thought I'd take him out tomorrow, give him a rest, because I think he will be in the team on the Tuesday and the Wednesday night against Liverpool. So I think we could get by St Mirren tomorrow without him in our team, put him on the bench.
The last time he scored was Big Stevie's birthday. Albert, you're right.
So it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, they
17th of the 3rd.
For a player of his calibre, they stats are ridiculous. It's not on, mate. Sorry, it's just not on. So take him out, take him out. My front three on Saturday would be the three finished.
What's your wish? We'll come to that. What's your wish? All right. Right. Billy, he also mentioned there's a chance of Cholak and Morelos being on the pitch at the same time. Do you see that as a positive move?
Absolutely, Ox. Listen, see the bottom line here is, see your best football players. The gaffer's got to find a way to get them into starting 11. And that's it in a nutshell, mate. Now, we can talk to the cows come home about this formation or that formation, mate, but the players he's got at his disposal when they're off fit, he's got to get them in that starting 11 by hook or crook. And he's got to start, in my opinion, Ox, he's got to start finding ways of playing to the players' strengths instead of playing to a system, to put a player into that particular system, because sometimes that's not working. And maybe that's one of the reasons, mate.
Are you saying to me again, Billy, put square pegs in square holes?
Correct, mate. All day long, mate. All day long.
It's not that complicated, Southside, is it?
It is. I don't see... No, I've caught eating a minstrel, I know. I've thought Billy would have been talking longer.
I know.
Like you've texted.
I got a fish supper and delivered there when Billy
started. Anyway,
I hope you put the mics outside in your nose bag. It's a lot easier.
I says to you earlier, I don't see where you are going to try and fit Alfie in. You know he likes to play two wide players, and he wants to play a centre forward. And unless you're going to play Alfie as a number 10, which some of you think he'd magically be able to play, then I don't see where you're shoehorning him into a team.
All right, okay.
And I don't even think he alluded to playing them. I think he just said what he said the last time. Aye, they can play together if I sort of choose to do it.
They can be on at the same time.
Aye, but he never said they're ever going to be on at the same time.
You carry on with your cup of tea, your French Francis. Albert.
He'll play them. They'll play the two together, but he'll play Morelos at right back. You know what I mean? He's mad. he's just mental, the guy. He's totally off his nut. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he plays Cholak in goal, plays McGregor outside left. Nothing surprises me with this guy anymore. I'm totally and utterly disillusioned with him. I just can't understand what the guy's up to.
Was it the Tillman one on Tuesday night? Have you recovered for that? Playing a position
that's just madness. It's just madness, mate. It's mad. That's 4 big games. He stuck that boy out there and hung him out to dry. And
it's not working anyway. On the boy.
No, it's not a boy's fault. You know what I mean? But there you go. To get back to your point, Cholak and Morelos can play in the same team. Of course they can play in the same team. Anybody with any football brains knows they can play in it. But bar him, because he's set in his ways. He's his way. He wants this. Don't be surprised if Kent's playing tomorrow as well. Nothing would surprise me. Nothing.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if Kent's playing. Right, Southside, I'll let you carry on with your nose bag. Well, I'll give you this to think about while I chat to the other two professionals on the show, right? Southside, I'm going to say, what is your team? The team that Southside would pick. And what do you think that Giovanni's team will be, right? 2 different teams. Could be the same team, actually. But while I'm doing that, I'll talk to the guys that take the show serious. Albert and Billy. Right, Albert, you started. Give us your team.
McGregor, Tav, Golston. No, that's not right. Hold on, start again. McGregor, Golston, Davis, King, midfield. I'll give you the front 3, Cholak, Lutongo, Sakala. And in the middle of the park, Lundstrom, Tillman and McCann.
Right, okay. So you're sort of playing... What was the back 4 there? What was the back 4?
Back three. So I think I've got another player to put in.
You've only... You put McGregor?
Broxy Bear. Stick Broxy in.
Up front?
No, I'd stick probably Jack in as well.
Right, okay. So let me see how you setting that up. 3 at the back, 2 in front of him, Lundstrom and Jack.
One in front of him. One in front.
Right.
And that'd be Jack. I'll push Lundstrom forward.
All right. Okay. All right. Your thoughts, Billy Boy?
4-2-3-1, and I'm going to go McGregor in goals, Tavernier, Golson, Davis.
Did I hear gritted teeth there?
My falsers just fell out, mate. Davids, and I'm going to go Ridvan out in the left back for a game of wee run out against St Mirren. And my 2 midfield players would be Sands and Jack, and I would have Matondo, Sakala, and Arfield and Kolach up front.
Okay. Right, Southside. You finish your French fancies. What do you think Gio's team will be, Southside?
Right, hold on a minute. I'm just finishing this cheesecake off. Right, Gio's team.
Yes.
Right, I think it'll be McGregor, Tav, Golson, Davis, and Bourne. I done the interview today in the press conference that he's in. I think it probably Jack, Arfield, and probably Lundstrom. And I think it'll be Matondo, Kolach, and Kent could be his team, something along the lines.
What will Southside's team be?
I would have McGregor, Tav, Golson, Davies, and Yilmaz. I'd play him tomorrow. I would have Sands and Ryan Jack in the midfield, and across the front 3. In front of that, I would have Sakala, I would have Tillman, and I would have Matondo. And up front, I would have Kolach.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Interesting. I would like to see Sands and have a game tomorrow, albeit midfield, defensive mid, to see if that pace of his, getting the ball, moving the ball, running with pace, and just shifting it, keeping it simple, and see how he is just as a ball winner, if you like, in the middle of the park. And obviously, that would help you defensively if we were in a situation, because you have the centre backs, and he's played there, and it would add to your defensive qualities. Yeah, but just because he has looked quick at times, all better.
I mean, everybody's telling you he's a midfielder, so why not put him in there? He's can't be any worse than it's already in there. So I'd try to have a go. I don't know if he's creativity. I mean, it's just another holding midfielder. Look, we need one of them, know what I mean? Why not? Try him. Why not try him in the right wing? He tries everybody else out there. By the way, see that right wing carry on? I don't think he wants to solve that problem anyway, because that position allows him to rotate all his squad into that position. I think all the players he's tried in that position. So if you get a player that actually holds that position doing it, you're now holding guys out the team that he wants to rotate. So where do you put them? So you've tried Tillman, you've tried Arfield, you've tried Sakala, you've tried Matondo, you've tried everybody out there, know what I mean? Lawrence, you've tried them all out there. So that keeps everybody ticking over. So I don't think they want to solve that. If you want to solve that, it can be solved, because Sakala can play it. And if you want to solve it, there's the thing that will solve it right away, Sakala. But I put Sands in the middle of the park, mate. Help Lundstrom it.
It's the thing with Sakala, and I like fashion the block, Southside. But do you sometimes become a better player when you're not in the team and you just have bit parts to play? You become a better player than either the support.
I think we're all clamouring to get Ryan Jack back, weren't we, for a while, saying when he comes back, and he sort of came back straight away, and we did notice a difference, and then obviously it looks like he's just went a bit lethargic again. So you probably do become a better player when you're not there. if Sakala can go and play in the right, I think he's done more damage on the left when he's played for us. I've said that. He's done well on the left. Contributed premier goals for the left-hand side. But if he can go in there and he'll take his chance, he is enthusiastic. He can be a pain in the butt. People's chasing, harrying. He gets to the edge of that box, and the one thing he wants to do is shift the ball and get a shot on. And that's what he does quite regular. And while other players aren't really playing that well and letting us down, then surely the people that's sitting in the wings, whether you fancy them or no, you should at least try and use your squad and give them a shot, because at the end of the day, they might just go and start producing, and then you've got the problem for the manager's point of view, and it might even solve that right hand side or the left hand side should they choose to play somebody else out there for a while.
He also beat Van Dijk in the air in the back post on Tuesday night, man.
He's got a good spring in his step, hasn't he, when he gets the ball comes in. We've seen him jump and score goals with the head.
You remember that one at Livingston? Last year? Was it last year?
I was up like a salmon.
Oh, you've got to bring fish into it, Billy, haven't you?
I know, listen.
Especially on a Friday, Billy.
No, listen. Well, it's all the less for they know who, eh? Listen, Ox, see what you're talking about ball winners, mate. That's a great shout, big man. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, obviously, you want your midfield players to have a bit of fit with you, right? But I'm a big fan of ball winners in the middle of the park, mate. Win the ball and get to the players, i.e., the ball players. See the flair players like your Ryan Kents, your Matondos, your Tillmans. Get the ball out to these guys and keep shoving the ball up their shirt tail all the time. Get these guys on the ball. Never mind, see all this slow tippy nonsense. Get the ball down, win the ball, and get it out wide. And that's how to go, mate. And to me, I want to see the Rangers playing to the players' strength socks instead of playing a system that suits the team or doesn't suit the team, as we all know, mate. That's what I want. I want Gio to. I mean, you've got Ryan Kent here. I mean, the guy's stuck out there on the left hand side. Maybe that's what's nullifying the boy. He's not getting to impose himself in the game the way he wants to. Maybe that's what's happening down the right hand side. I know, because they're telling the players to play in a certain manner. If football, right, go up there, stand there. When the ball comes here, that's what you do. Don't move for that. Don't move for that area. That's what I'm really beginning to think, that it's maybe not the players now, Ox. I think it's maybe the system that the players are not buying into now. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I don't know, mate. If you take the European games out, and we haven't performed, we have let ourselves down. The results, we've had worse results in Europe, away and at home, but there's a way of getting beat Southside. If you isolate the European results, the 7 games we've played, 7 games already in Europe Southside, and you look at the domestic form, the draw at Easter Road, there was circumstances behind it. We've had one bad result all season. Take Europe away.
You take Europe away, because we're up against good teams. You know, we're in a group. So in the league forum, we've done, apart from the Hibs game, we never showed up across the city, right? We didn't. And a couple other games, we've all right, we can say first game of the season and all that, but see, at the end of the day, we're only 2 points behind. And we were, I said last week, this was to kick on for the Hearts game. So we beat Hearts. We had a disappointing result and display on Tuesday, but you're trying to forget about that. We're looking forward to St Mirren coming here. You know, and aye, they're in a wee bit of form, but we should be beating them. And we've got the players. And I think when you're saying, Billy, see, like, Kent's a winger, Matondo's a winger, Wright's a winger. So they're wingers. They play out wide. I think Gio wants quick, fast wingers that get the ball out in the wing, and then they've only got a man to beat. It's not a hard game of football. So go and beat your man and either get in that box or get the ball across and pick a player out to score. And that's what I think he really wants our wingers today. And it should be a remit that you get the ball and you go and take that defender on. and get the ball by him. If you're isolating him at times when it's the 1-on-1 and he's not taking a tap, next minute there's an hard defender coming on him. But when he's got that chance, any winger, we should be looking to hit that byline and get that ball across. And I think that's just a remit for any winger we've ever had at Glasgow Rangers, to be honest.
If you put people on the wrong side, south side, right, 50 players on the left 50 players on the right, the byline becomes a different tactic, doesn't it?
Aye, because, well, when we all played football, the right winger played on the right wing and the left winger with the left foot played on the left wing. Because his job was to get down the line and get the ball across, wasn't it? It's the way we played it, or cut it back, or whatever. And if you were really lucky, you might have had a winger that was too fitted. Didn't matter. I know the idea, Rox, is he goes down there and he cuts inside and then he can shoot with his right foot and the other guy on the other side can do the same. I get that. But sometimes it might be better just for the guy with the right foot to get down that line and put a decent ball across. And hopefully we've got enough players in the box to finish it.
So you say, I don't know if you noticed, mate, sorry, Ox. See, there were three occasions that I've seen, three occasions during the week there against Liverpool, that Ryan Kent was 1-on-1 with the fullback. I don't know if you noticed it, mate, right? But he decided to come into trouble, come inside. And there was space in behind her, and I'm going, get to back to what you're saying, right? Get to the byline. Knock the ball past him. He was 1-on-1 3 times. And every time, I don't know, he's looking to come inside, or he's looking for Borna to try and dovetail with him, mate. No, I don't know what's going on in their heads, and that's what's making me think, buddy, that maybe that's taking the edge away from, like say, Ryan Kent, when he's maybe getting told, no, I'm not wanting you to do that.
I think you just answered your question, but what we're talking about, when he goes inside, he runs into trouble.
Aye.
So sting out. Billy seen Europe, see, like against Dortmund and all that away in certain games, he was out. You get more space in Europe, right? Usually. Yep. Mm-hmm. And loads of times he was 1-on-1 with defenders and he would just jump by them. And that's what he was good at in Europe. But we know up here he gets shut down early and all that, and they all double mark him. But all our wingers have been double marked all the time they've all played for Glasgow Rangers. You know, you can go through them all. And a lot of them were better players and playing against better defenders possibly. And they still managed to do a job. It's just confidence. But he has to I just think he needs to get by his man quick and get that ball in, or make the judgment that I'm going to cut inside and get a shot off at the edge of the box or whatever.
I don't know if Caputo was ever double marked.
Pierre Caputo had some game, a European night, by the way. 90th minute, he was flying into tackles. Hang me away, we drew one each. Olympiacos. That was his best game for Glasgow Rangers, man.
I don't think he was ever double marked, was he?
Well, you know what
I've noticed as well, Ox.
Yes, mate.
So I've noticed as well that with Big Kolach, the big man's always on the move. If you watch him, he's always on the move. And that's the last 3 games. I've seen him pointing to whoever's on whatever side of the park the ball's coming. He's pointing. Look, I'm on the move. Put the ball in here. I'm on the move. And there Kent swung a cracking ball in last Saturday against Hearts. The big man's on the end of it, bombing the boys in the pokey, 1-0 to Rangers. You know what I mean?
Big man's been a revolution this year, Albert.
Aye, Colak, he doesn't only score goals, mate, and he's not always on the move for himself. He brings other players into it as well, in the box. If you watch him with Arfield and Lawrence when they're playing, he makes space for them as well. He pulls defenders away in the box to give them chances. They'll get the goal against Hibs at Lawrence goal. The big man dragged 2 defenders away with him and left him running into a gap. He does it with Arfield. If you watch the Hearts game there on Saturday, watch them out. Harfield's through, but watch the big man. The big man's pulling defenders all over the shop. And you're saying, brilliant, big man, absolutely brilliant. But getting back to the 2 wingers, now the 2 wingers have got to work with their fullbacks, because that's the way that Van Bronckhorst wants it. Now, if you've got doubled up, you drag the 2 of them away and you knock the ball back for the fullback to cross it in. But the good thing about Sakala and the good thing about Matondo, they'll get to the back post. The good thing about Tillman, he'll be in the area as well. So there you've got 3 players in there to hit. That's the good thing about these players. Kent and Wright don't hit the back post. So if Wright's going down the right, Kent will not hit the back post on the left, and vice versa. Wright will not hit the right post for a left cross. But these two boys will, watch them, they will get in there to score because they want to score. Kent and Wright don't want to score. So you're left with the big man in the centre of that box himself. But Big Till will get in there as well. He gets in to score. He picks up brilliant positions in that box. So you've got a completely different forward line now. You've got a dangerous forward line. That forward line of Kent, Wright and Morelos is useless, mate. It's totally, utterly useless. It doesn't score. It's not dangerous. It's not potent. It's just hopeless. But get these boys on. Build your team around these boys, and then you're starting to have the makings of a team now. That's where you're starting to get somewhere now. Then you bring your Lowrys and your McCanns into it. Then we start to look at a different setup altogether now. You play the A3 at the back, King, Davis, Goldson. Oh, here, hold on. It's beginning to look... You're starting to get some shape of a team. You've not got a full team yet, but you're starting to head in the right direction. That's what I go at Tuesday night. We've got 6 players that we can build a team round. Anyway, that's me ranting again.
I love it.
You all right?
I am fine, mate. I've got a blues bill here.
All right. You can take that out of the tune, mate. You'll be back. We'll get a long record played. Right, okay. Interesting. I'll tell you what we're going to hear now. We're going to hear for the one and only the Port Report. A good feature. He talks about opposition and that. Sometimes we skip by them. We don't really mention them, but I think Port's brought that into the show, and he's doing a lot of good work for us. He's a busy boy, dealing with a lot of stuff just now. He still takes time to do it for us. So let's hear the Port Report.
Hello, welcome to Port's Report. Today we're going to look at St Mirren and how Stephen Robinson has changed them since taking over. It's a battle of second versus third on Saturday, when Rangers welcome St Mirren to Ibrox as they look to recover from a defeat versus Liverpool. The visitors will have 2-match undefeated streak at the moment, which they'll be looking to extend. Having watched some of their games, they have absolutely no desire to hold on to the ball. They've had some savvy recruitment and are one of the hardest teams to play in our league. Early signs to me are St Mirren are the surprise package of the season so far. With St Mirren's 2-1 victory over Livingston, coupled with Rangers' 4-0 win at Hearts, St Mirren sit best of the rest in third, 8 games into the season ahead of Hibs, Aberdeen and Hearts. Stephen Robinson will not be getting ahead of himself. Like he said after Livy, together you can achieve good things, but in this short time at St Mirren, he stated it's only the start of the process. In the early stages of Robinson's St Mirren career, his reign was full of doubt and a lot of criticism as he took over from Jim Goodwin in February. St Mirren sat 7th, 1 point behind Hibs, Dundee United and Motherwell with a game in hand. But Robinson went on to lose 6 of 7 since being appointed, and that was after the split. Further concern grew when the team failed to reach the knockout stages of the Premier Sports Cup. Alarm bells were ringing big time. St Mirren so far have been very effective, averaging just over 36% of the ball with 61% pass rate. This is what's making them a tougher side to play against. They have a strategy and identity that involves defending deep, being competitive, compact, energetic, playing quickly, hitting on the counter-attack, turning defences and playing the percentages. It's not for the footballing purists, but it's different and it's working for them. Despite lack of possession, only Rangers, Celtic, Hibs give up fewer chances, shots per 90 minutes. They also have the fewest number of passes it takes to have a shot, so they're very direct. 21% of their passing is long, and in Curtis Main they have a willing striker who loves an aerial battle. Jonah Ayunga is out due to being sent off versus Livingston. Otherwise, he would join Curtis in the striking partnership known as the Bash Brothers, so that tells us what to expect. Both strikers are very valuable to everything that St Mirren do, winning 90% of the aerial duels. Like I said, it's a collective effort from the offence and defence. Going down to 10 men against Livingston and getting the win has shown that they have grit and determination to win. In my opinion, a team deserving of respect. They've had some savvy recruitment. They've put together a strong spine with goalkeeper Trevor Carson. No goalkeeper has prevented more goals between the sticks so far this season. Declan Gallagher, experienced centre-back, very industrious, great in the tackle and strong in the air. They also have a midfield who are very industrious also, worked tirelessly. A trio of Kevin Bookus, who's a Australian international, Ethan Erahorn and Mark O'Hara. Add to that, the duo in attack are excellent. Ryan Strain, another Aussie international, adds some flair and skill. I think St Mirren are capable of getting the top 6. Like I said about their savvy recruitment, it's been flawless so far this summer. They've went for quality over quantity, and with each addition, you can see how they fit into Robinson's game plan and identity. I think what it's shown is Stephen Robinson's knowledge of the league, having been the Motherwell manager. When he's been looking for players, I think he's went out and got guys like Declan Gallagher, who knew the league. Yeah, he had a difficult time up at Aberdeen, but he's come down and he seemed to have hit the ground running for Stephen Robinson at St Mirren. I think the team playing pretty decent. They're probably very surprised themselves they're in third position. So, I think we need to show them the ultimate respect, go there and earn the right to win as Glasgow Rangers. In my opinion, this is all added up and St Mirren being the surprise package of the season so far. Although, and that's a test of the credentials will come this weekend when they face Rangers at Ibrox. And that's the end of Port's report.
All right. Speaking quite highly of the opposition, but I don't see a problem with Morris Southside, I've got to be honest. There's no reason to fear, in my opinion.
Nah, I done a good report, but I'm not having any of that. Mark O'Hara and Declan Gallagher. They've done all right. They've done all right, but come on, they're playing the famous Glasgow Rangers at Ibrox, and probably need to look back many a year for St Mirren to have beat us at Ibrox. So, but they're in a good wee runner for them, and they'll probably compete against the rest of the SPL. But the more, I think we should have plenty in the tank to trouble them, and I'd expect us to be winning by half time at least.
Okay. Albert?
I agree with Southside. If Van Bronckhorst plays the right team, we'll slaughter them. We'll We'll take them apart. But again, it's down to him picking the right team. If he just sticks to his tried and usual, well, it's going to be one of they're going to hoof it up the park. Golson's going to struggle to clear it. We're going to try and get the ricochets, but the no cones and the lucky breaks of the ball. And we're going to struggle to break down a 10-man defence. So, but if Van Bronckhorst picks the right team, we'll take them apart. No bother, we'll take them apart.
Billy?
Listen, I concur with all the boys. Listen, I think they play a 3-5-2 or something they play. That's the way they set themselves up. So, the reason they'll sit deep in there. And that 3 could possibly go if they get their 2 wide men to come back in, that'll go to a 5, just the way similar to the Rangers try to play in Europe, mate. But so they could come up with that low block, carry on again, and we struggle against that, mate. But what we need to do is, mate, we need to go out and rattle them. Come out the traps, all guns blazing, Ox. You know what I mean? Come out the traps, all guns blazing. Get a goal, an early goal, even getting another one. Maybe go a couple of goals up, maybe after 25 minutes or something, 30 minutes into the game, and we're cruising, and try and kill the game off before half time. That's the way I see it, mate. But listen, as Albert said there, mate, it all depends what team Gio picks, mate, because that could be the problem. But we should have enough in our locker to take care of St Mirren in the morning. You know what I mean? Definitely.
I agree. I don't think there should be a problem, Southside.
No.
We
should have plenty in the tank, Ox. No, we're at home, and we've all said we've looked at the fixtures, and they could come and they'll come and make it hard for a bit of time. It's how quickly we get the goals. Goals change games, so that game will get easy for us if we just nail it in the first half. We go anything above 2 in the first half, the game will be finished.
We'll be joined by Old Davey. Evening, Algie.
Evening, guys. How you doing? Good to hear you. Aye, great. Some good comments, but one of them impressed me most is what we're talking about. We've changed. It looks good at the back, right? The 3 had changed. Even though they were coming through us, but they looked steady as we've been for the last quite few games. Now, if he can change that, he's going to change the middle. because we're at the moment we've no get nothing coming for the middle. And in that game, if you're going to start changing that, he's going to start playing what Willie was saying. Get Sands in the middle, get a bit of muscle, pace, and the two wingers. He's got to play Matondo and Sakala and Kolak through the middle. But he's got to get a bit of energy in that midfield. It's trying out for change.
Who would you put in there, David?
I put Sands in, and I put. That's the thing about getting it right. You don't want against them. We don't need 2, 3 sitting midfielders. I mean, I would go 4-4-2 in a sense, and sort of split them up. But I would definitely put Jack in there. Sands. I'm not sure if it would be suitable for the wee man to play alongside that 3, but there's definitely room for improvement, I think.
Well, you can always improve. James Sands, you're I'm not a fan. Do you think there's potential there, Southside, yeah?
I've always said that I wanted to get him into the midfield so we can actually judge him, because everybody judges him. And you asked a question a while ago, would you pay maybe 4 million for him if that was a fee? And most people said no. But I've never seen him in his true position. And he's young, he's got energy. He's been at the club now for a while. And we have to make a decision on him at the end of the season. So I think we should give him a shot into the midfield. He's like you said, he's got a bit of pace about him, he's got energy, he'll compete. Might take a few yellow cards and that, but I don't mind that as long as he's competing in there. And maybe he's the one that could maybe go a wee bit further forward if you had maybe him and Jack. But we know we've got a midfield, somebody that don't have legs and all that. Well, he's got legs and energy to burn, so I'd like to see him in there, Ox, if I'm honest. And in time in games, I'd like to see Charlie McCann in there and all. Somebody that will maybe go forward and got a wee bit of skill about him and try and develop him as well. Try and get a bit of freshness in our midfield, a bit of energy and a bit of, instead of having Davis and Kamara and Jack, because you know about the odd day, you know, and see, to be honest, Lundstrom's in that bracket and all, to a point, all very similar.
Aye. Apart from Kamara, I would say the rest of them lack a bit of pace, if I'm being honest, apart from Kamara, and you'd add Sands to that mix, Southside. They're all organised players who they're not going to dribble past somebody, are they? The odd time they'll shoot and they'll score.
Aye.
You know, but and really Arfield gets the box and joins in.
Sands did play a lovely ball, mate, in one of the home games. I can't remember what game it was. It may have been St Johnstone at Ibrox, where he just crossed the halfway line and he chipped a ball right into the box, and Tillman brought it down. And it was a cracking pass. It's something that we don't see from him because we've always played him in defence.
Aye. Well, maybe again I'll go back to this square peg, square holes. All bit.
It's true, mate. It's true. You're taking a gamble with Sands because we've not seen him in there. But as I said before, he can't be any worse when you've got it. My mind that I'm not trying to get off subject here, mate. But my mind is that Tavernier, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Davis, Arfield, Kent and Morelos. You can't build a team around these guys. Their times are all up, mate. We're wasting our time. We need to start bringing your boys like Sands, McCann, Tillman, Matondo, Sakala. You've got to bring them all into the team now. Lowry. You've got to start bringing them into the team to see what we've got here and see if we can go forward. Because the ones I've just mentioned, their time's up. We all know what they can do. They're safe. See if you want to keep a game sort of safe, you put them on. To see if you want to be dynamic at Ibrox, you bring the other ones on I was just mentioning there. You get the young boys on there and just tell them, go and rip this mob apart. Go and do it. Don't talk about it, just go and do it. And I think they're more than capable of doing it. And you'll see what you've got. That's what I want to see. Let's see what we've actually got in this squad, because I think we've got a squad of mediocrity. I really do, especially in the midfield area.
Billy?
Aye, mate, listen, I like the sound of that as well. It's maybe time to even go with maybe Sands in there, play the laddie in there, his strength, and maybe fire wee Glenn Kamara in there and all, mate. Let the two of them play in the middle of the park in there. You know what I mean? Sands, you've got to get legs off for two guys all day long, mate. Kamara, we didn't need to say nothing more about the Kamara, about his football ability or his legs, mate, and he's got a cracking football brain and all. Maybe doesn't put himself about crunch into tackles and what. No, but you've got Sands in there, and you play Sands in there and beside him, mate, and then give the ball, let them win the ball, or Sands win the ball. You've got a wee bit of football brain with Cameron there to get the ball out to your football players, your wide men, and let them go and impose themselves.
Sorry, Davey, I must apologise to you talking about the sands of time when you're on.
Not at all. You bring it on, guys. Bring it on. No, you know you'll not offend me. No, what I would like to make a point about as well is we're getting close to where we want to be, but it is screaming out for. I don't know if it's suicide, I was saying, or Billy was on there, but what the names he mentioned, we've brought that up time and time again about them being there. They're moving on. So you've got to get that freshness in. That Mankey mob's done it. But we're still sticking where we are. And the ones that we've brought in the window, we've not even seen half of them, really. So he's got to use what he's got available and be that predictable at times. It's get it back forward, out of the wing, get it in the box. I know what's happening. Get it across, out of the wing, get it in the middle. We're going to start getting something through the middle. Tear that big quality as well, because you get that ball, whether it's a cross or not, or a through ball, he's the man. But we need it for the midfield to the front three. That's got to start happening. That's my opinion.
Okay. I mean, the recruitment, it's quite funny, isn't it? Lawrence started all right, and obviously he's injured all there. Cholak, there was people weren't too sure of him at the start, and he's went in a run of scoring goals, everything's rosy in the garden. The boy Davis has started playing, and he's not played 90 minutes yet, but the defence looks a bit more secure because we've got a left-sided defender in there. And then Matondo, people were saying his cameo against Liverpool looked as if he's worth a go now. So all of a sudden, if Lawrence gets back fit, we could be starting with maybe 4 or 5 of them. It's a funny old game, as Crazy would say, or saying whatever one it was, mate.
Well, that's it, mate. You never know. We did say about Wilson. We're giving the ones that he signed this year because we've not seen them a chance. You're giving them all a chance. I'm not writing any of them off. But the other ones that he's brought, some of them are stinking, mate. His record's crap. It's absolutely crap. But you're right. They ones are starting to... We Matongo come on there on Tuesday and laced that Arnold trumpet at the right back. He just walked right by him, man, right in there and nearly scored a goal. You're going, that's how easy that was. It wasn't that difficult. Kent should be looking at that boy and going, he made that look ridiculously easy, because it is ridiculously easy. Just time the ball right, knock it by him and away you go. There's nothing he can do about it. Nothing whatsoever. And you're sitting going, that's how easy it is. Why are we making this so difficult? It's not difficult. Willie Henderson used to do it all the time. Knock a ball by a guy, just run by him. Willie Johnston done it and all. It's not difficult. But all of a sudden, there's going to be tactics and overthink it, and you're going to just do the simple thing. Christ's sake, it's not that hard. But here we go.
Anyway, lads, we've reached that time in the evening. We're going to have a tune.
Well, the judge said, stand up, boy, and dry up your tears. You're sentenced to long cash for 7 long years. I know you're loyal to the Queen and the Crown, but the laws of this country make me send you down. Now this was the story in a courtroom one day, when a young loyal Protestant was taken away. But the lad stood up proudly, and these words he said, I'll be to Ulster until I am dead. All these tears you see, Judge, are not tears of fear. They're just tears of sadness for those I hold dear. But I know they'll stand by me, for there may be tide. I'll be with my comrades, we'll stand side by side. So listen, ye rebels, to these words that I give. You'll never take Ulster for as long as you live, or we will destroy you. You're loyal and true, and the flag over Ulster will be red, white and blue. Yes, the flag over Ulster will be red, white and blue.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Well back, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yep, mate.
And David?
Yes, I'm here. The nurses just came in, gave me my tablet. I'm ready to go.
Hey, you know what I had today, Davey? Plain chocolate Maltesers.
Oh, don't start me. Come on.
Get them. You tried them?
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Absolutely. Oh.
But did you have half of one each?
They're lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
They were
Can I just...
They want to get the money, Billy. They treat them well in their care homes, didn't they?
Oh.
That's it, mate. Do you know get the milk chocolate ones, Davey?
Oh, I've got the whole lot. I've got about 5 Christmas selection boxes tucked away already.
What do you like to clean your cage out in the morning, Olga?
Well, this is what I love about this show. This is when you get old and doty like me, you can come on and get into a programme which is top of the pops and really get into pestering you guys. And you can't beat that with a couple of Maltesers, you know. So
I've never heard anybody called you old, David.
Sorry?
I've never heard anybody call you old.
No. But you get back to the football. You get back away from the joke.
Wait a minute. We've been joined by Big Al. How are we doing, big man?
Oh, there's my pal.
How you doing, Billy? Billy, I'm actually reading a book now about the Boer War. How was it? Did you get Maltesers there?
Davey, you know you're old when you get Maltesers in prescription.
I'll get them or not, don't you worry, by the way. A wee blonde on the television.
I'm good. Who was it that?
What's on your mind?
He's had some callers this week, man. Jeez. I've been frustrated. Huh?
That's just tonight.
Aye, but all week, man, I think there's an epidemic of glue sniffing going on and the callers coming on, man. There was somebody the other night there said, put Camaro on as a number 10. Huh? No, somebody said tonight. We'll build the team. Oh no, sorry. It was Billy. This isn't a criticism, Billy, but I think it does show where we are with the pool of players. Like, pass the ball to our flair players, and then the flair players we've got Ryan Kent, Atondo, and who was the other one? Tillman. Two of the players.
Sakala.
Sakala. Well, no, I think, was it not Tillman? I think you says build the team around Tillman. I think therein lies the problem. We've just not got players, and then this thing with bringing Sands into the midfield, I agree he should be in the midfield, but I don't think he's a great white hope, is he? In regards to,
he's a ball winner now.
I know, but is that not the kind of players we've got already got there?
Are they doing that job? Have they been effective, Jack?
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. It's not a ball winner we need. It's a flair player we need. Is it no McCann that should be starting and building a team around a young player like McCann? No, building the team around Tillman, who's not even a player who has no heart. I don't think the other night there, man, there was nothing for him, and he's done that in several games. I think that's why he's not at Bayern Munich. And it's difficult to get into a Bayern Munich team. Obviously, it is, but I think they see that, and that's why he's at Rangers. And you can't put heart in anybody. You either got it or you've not. So I think therein lies the problem. Are you talking that as if Kent's going to get a start tomorrow? I mean, last night and the previous nights and even last week, everybody's saying he needs to be dropped, he needs to be rested, something needs to happen. I thought he would have produced on Wednesday. He done hee-haw. He had that lift after the game last week that with his goal and that, and it was good. And I like Ryan Kent, but something needs to happen with the boy. He never took any confidence. He had a good goal. He never took any confidence. He played well last week. An assist and a goal and all that. That's what we need from week in, week out. But are we really saying that he starts this week?
I wouldn't start him out. Start him.
I know.
We had a vote at the beginning of the show, Al. We had a vote at the beginning of the show, and everybody said no. Don't start him.
But the way he's talking, it's as if he has to start.
No, not at all.
No, well, but therein lies the problem, Albert, is the fact that we don't have that strength and depth, or we don't have the players. You know, when somebody's out of form, we're going back to the same people. I think he's were very harsh with the Michael Stewart at Rangers Radio last night as well, man. You've got to remember that's like shooting fish in a barrel when you're talking to that boy. But a lot of the stuff I know. A lot of the stuff you say, he did say, but I think is pertinent. I was agreeing with him when I was listening to it. It's the same. We scratch the surface. We can't go and get aimed at the moment, so I think the changes have to come from within. And I think we look at the players, the young players that we've got, and don't. Matondo, like you said, what was it you were saying? A square peg and a square hole, Ox. That was your catchphrase this week. Correct me. And you said that the night play. The guy that's meant to play on the left, the guy on the right plays on the right. We should have no fear against St Mirren, and I think this is, if McCann's not injured, I think we need to put him in. I think he gives us something different.
I don't think he'll play tomorrow. I just don't know why. I don't think Gio will play him, but I would like to see him involved tomorrow.
But is that not are these? I'm just saying, are these not the games that you're meant to blood your young players? No play defensive midfielders or somebody that's got a bit of dig in the middle of the park. We're wanting to impose our game. Whatever that style of football is.
Well, put it this way, you can have all the ball carriers you want Southside, but if you've got the flair players that keep the ball, the ball carriers are not get it off you, will they?
No, when you're talking there, Big Al, and you're saying like when we're playing, if we say we use Sands as an example, right? Because we've not seen him go in and play in midfield, right? That's where we expect him. He could play. So, if you put him in, then that's your sort of defensive mid, or you put Lundstrom in there or whatever, right? It wouldn't matter. But then you want to try and play two flair players beside him. You don't want another shutting down player and that. You want to try and get, say, like a Charlie McCann or a Tom Lawrence. Tillman's better as a number 10. If you give him the ball, he's got a brain, but he's been hung out in the wide right. He didn't work out there and that. He could pick loads of problems, but when he's been in the middle, he's been half decent. So he's creative. You need creative players. I would play Sakala and Matondo tomorrow against St Mirren. I would look to bring Ryan Kent possibly back in the Wednesday night at Ibrox. I don't know. I would wait to see how they two done, but totally different game against St Mirren playing Liverpool, different level. But I would give they two a game, as what I think we all said earlier, Big Al. But we can't, Albert's right in what he said. They named a load of players and they'll probably go at the end of the season. We've got to support this squad we've got now. This squad's
I'm with you that way.
And we've got a league to win and we're only 2 points behind them. We've got a couple of cups to win, so we've got to support it. But Gio could freshen it, as we're hoping they might do on the panel, as we've all said. There's a chance to freshen it a wee bit tomorrow without going too gung-ho, because we still need to win the game.
I tell you what he phoned up for, Big Al. He phoned up to hear this. Let's hear Southside Super 6.
Hi, welcome to Southside Super 6 for Saturday, the 8th of October. My first selection this weekend is Portsmouth to beat Accrington Stanley. My second bet this weekend is Airdrie to beat Queen of the South. My third selection is Manchester City to beat Southampton. My fourth selection is Newcastle to beat Brentford. My fifth selection is Chelsea to beat Wolves. And the sixth selection this weekend is Peterborough United to beat Burton Albion. If you take all 6 teams, it pays 11 to 1. My Rangers bet this weekend is Cholak to score first, Rangers to win 4-0, and that pays 25 to 1.
There's a wee bit of pressure on these selections, all bear at their prices,
You're going safe there, play Southside. You're definitely going safe there. Best of luck, mate. Best of luck.
I was just sitting with my coupon there, and I was just actually putting a score right through the teams, so I didn't need to take the ones aboard. So well, Southside, I'm only kidding, mate. I'm only kidding, buddy. I'm only kidding, mate.
No, listen, it's no. I think I said Portsmouth when they play Accrington Stanley. It's actually Plymouth. Plymouth, aye.
You did say Portsmouth, aye.
I did, didn't
I'm leaving Portsmouth in, though.
All right.
Any chance of that coming up?
All you done was get your naval bases mixed up, you know what I mean?
Aye, it looks like it. So if Portsmouth at home, don't take them unless you want to add them into that 6 and make it a 7.
You always got to have Portsmouth and Plymouth will get beat.
Aye, it's definitely.
Change your mind at gambling, mate.
No, I jumped into my phone there just to double check. I'm thinking that doesn't sound right. So it is. It's definitely Plymouth to beat Accrington Stanley, Airdrie, Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Peterborough. And if you want 3 goal scorers tomorrow, Cholak, Haaland, and Johnston Clark Harris for Peterborough.
He's gone all out now, all bear, isn't he?
He's going to have to not
things to take him in it.
I bet he's just jinxed Haaland. I bet Haaland doesn't score this week. I'm telling you. I'm putting the one for him not to score.
Who are they playing? Who's Man City playing?
Southampton, I think.
Oh, you expect them you expect them to get 4, wouldn't you? But I'll say you've jinxed them.
Pep Guardiola will be on the phone. He'll be on the minute. What's happening here, boys?
They'll rest them tomorrow.
I did they say score first? Score any time.
Right, okay.
All right. By the way, big shout out to Southside, having a go, bit of fun, and taking a lot of ribbon, baby. Even
Here.
yeah.
I'm going for the 2021 shot. Rangers 4-0 and the big man is Kolak to score. I'll have a couple of my pension quid on that.
Right, good on you, mate. Good on you. I'll get you a few more teasers, Davey, yeah?
No, they've been right up in price and now this inflation is going through the roof. I can only eat a box a day instead of two.
Okay, well done, Southside. Good luck for tomorrow, Biggie.
Aye, cheers.
Cheers. Good feature, Billy. That is a donation, isn't it?
Listen, it's a good feature, mate. The big man does well every week. You know what I mean? He maybe doesn't get his selections right, but he's never far away. Here, Southside, I was thinking, mate. Do you think Lightning's got to strike twice in 2 weeks, mate? That was the first goal scorer on the correct score last week, mate.
I didn't have the correct score. I had 2-0, but I've had Cholak most weeks to score first. So I think he'll strike first tomorrow. And then it's just a matter of trying to get it before Davey, and if you 25-1 for that.
Sounds good. But I'd like to just comment on what Big Al was talking about there about he's got to play the young boys. He's got that screaming out for Lee McKenna, just get in there and make an name for. He's got to keep playing the boys. It might not sound right, but it will. I think it will click. It will. But having him on the bench, sometimes he wasn't even on the bench here a couple of games ago. So he's going to play each other.
I get what you're saying, but if we play, if Matondo plays them order and Ridvan plays them order and Sands plays them order, they're young boys as well, Albert.
At least played an 18-year-old against the Champions League away from home against one of the top teams in Europe. So I don't see why McCann and all the rest of these boys don't get a chance to. If he's prepared to do that, he should be prepared to play these boys against St Mirren. God's sake. I mean, St Mirren and Liverpool, no? I mean, it shouldn't be any difference for these young boys. They should be in. Put it this way, that there's nothing in the first team to hold them out. It's different if you've got players in that first team. You're drafting really good players here to let these boys play. But you're not drafting anybody that you would say, well, I could do without him, especially in the midfield and the forward line, I suppose. Because Kent and Wright, to me, waste of space, the two of them. Absolute waste of space. Morelos is just Morelos, and he just, whatever comes up has humph. So, that, to my mind, their times are all done for me. They're all new second string players. They should be backing these other players up now, because Mutongo will score, and so will Sakala. You'll get goals after these boys. Definitely will. No doubt about it. Big Cholak's already proven himself. So as far as I'm concerned, bring wee McCann in, and if Lowry's fit, get him in and all. Get Tillman, play him. Play all the boys. Sands as well. I don't see any reason why not to. Because I think that Merle and Cable are beating St Mirren. Merle and Cable are beating most teams in that league, to be honest with you. All you're wanting your Lundstrom and all that is to take care of the boys now. If it starts getting a rough house, you get these players in to sort that out for these young boys. Give them time to grow into their professional career. But the boy King's proved a point. He's 18 years of age and played in the Champions League.
Exactly.
He would actually, I mean, he obviously gave a better penalty on Tuesday, Big Al. Apart from that, he had a very good game for a young boy, didn't he? Very good game for anybody.
Well, when you say young boy, he's a grown man. The age thing, man, I wouldn't like to fight the boy. So I think he could handle himself in Scottish football. He proved he can handle the Champions League in that game. So I don't have any fears bringing in the youth. If they're already training with the team and they're sitting on benches and that, they're obviously being they're ticking the right boxes. So get them in. I feel really frustrated. I've been on here for years saying about it. We have to play the players. I'd rather be playing the players than playing your Tillman or on loan players. I I went right after that, Tillman. I just think waste of space, man. Why are we playing him when we could be progressing our own youth players? Is that we came to that? I just feel really.
We don't know what was in the contracts outside. We never know that, do we?
Look, I need to go, boys. I need to go. But look, another good show. Like, I'm looking forward to the game. I just hope we take the shackles off and we get a good result. And we drop the players that need to be drafted.
Easy, yeah.
Right, thank you.
Good to hear you, Big Al.
Hey, Al. Bye, Al.
Take it easy, big fella.
Southside, we never know what's in the contract, but I just we'll play them on that right side of midfield. I think that's 3 or 4 times now. It's just no work, is it?
Nah, it's no. And like you said, there will probably be some type of clause in it where he's got to play. And I think if he's played in his position, he's still young. You know, the boys, we've got to remember the boy's young. He's not played in the games that he's played at European level. The now that he's playing it, where he played at Bayern Munich. You know, he is only 20 years of age. He's only played maybe 20 odd games for like their B team or their under 21s or whatever it is they had. So Yilmaz is different. He's got more experience, and we're looking to see him kick on at some point. But the devil's in the detail, like you say, Ox, and contracts. But I'd like to think if we play him in his position, we've seen he's got flashes. He's got a brain, and he's done good in that certain position when he's been in it. So if he can put him in there, and the rest of the players that were playing on the wing and start to get a bit of confidence in the team, and I'm sure he'll get the confidence as well.
Confidence, there's a big thing. Confidence. Is that affected us this season? Because we've known him. It's been stop-start, isn't it? All better. You know, with some decent, poor, all right, good, poor. You know, we've not had a run, have we? We've not had a run. We need to start. You know, we beat Hearts 4-0. Let's go and beat St Mirren with minimum 4. Get confidence, mate. Yeah.
I think some players have been lacking confidence here. I think you're right with that. But I think the biggest majority is application, mate. It's just sheer and utter application. Yeah. Apply yourself to this. It's no right. Start running about. I mean, I still hark back to the Thingy game, the Ajax game, when they're running 4 kilometres more, or 4 or 6 kilometres more than our players. That's no right. That's application. That's putting the shoulder to the wheel carry on, and that's been lacking. A language confidence in certain players, of course. So you're not going to get any better, and your team's not going to get any better if people are not pulling their weight, and a lot of players are not pulling their weight. The application's stinking, absolutely stinking. Now I thought it was coming back. I thought we'd turn a corner with the Hearts game, but then we go out on Tuesday night and do what we've done on Tuesday night. And I know we're not going to start talking about Tuesday night, but we've seen it. We've all seen it again. So that's 3-4 times this season that application's been applied to games, and it's not right. This team is full of this. So it needs to be drilled out of them. One way or another, we need to get this out of them and get them actually working. Let's start with hard work and take it from there.
That should be a given. That should be a given, Billy, yeah? Hard work, discipline. You might get beat by a better team, but you should leave everything on the pitch.
Oh, it's 110%, mate. You know what I mean? That's all we ask as Rangers supporters. That's all we ask. The minute you pull that jersey, you're living the dream. You're living the dream, mate. We want the players to go onto the park and perform and get every single thing, every inch. You cover every blade of grass, mate, for the Rangers, mate. That's what you want, eh? You want to be committed. You want to work your socks off. You need energy. You need to... I want to see the players coming off their park and know that they're dripping in sweat and their lungs are burning for the Rangers, mate. That's all we ask. But it's sadly it's not happening for one reason or another, Oxen. I mean, we can talk till the cows come home, mate, about application, and all bears entirely 110% correct as well, mate. But that's down to the players to realise what's going on, mate, and realise who they represent as a football club, and they're also representing themselves as a professional footballer, and surely they must have some kind of motivation to go and make sure they can produce that week in, week out. That's what we ask.
I
agree with that.
Attitude. That's a bare minimum, Southsider. To go with the right attitude.
Do you think there's an attitude possibly comes from the Dutch coach and management team and all, where they might be standoffish, know what to put the arm around certain players that might need it. They've got that arrogance about them as general people normally look at the squads they've had in World Cups and all that, European Championships. They've always been in fighting. They've got a bit of an ego. I'm not saying it's true, but I always, when you think back to Dick Advocat when he was there and how he treated players, and I just wonder if there isn't that sort of maybe being a bit more approachable to players. I was surprised, like when I think I picked up on when he says, "Have you spoke to Robbie McCrory?" Maybe no, I haven't spoke to him. You know, you thought you might have said that it was good he signed and I'm looking forward to him, maybe whatever, and talked about him, but it was just like he passed it by. I don't know. I'm only just guessing just because of the way I thought maybe it's coming across. And if some players don't get that, they maybe no believing in the way you sort of changed the system a bit, then that might be a problem. But I'm hoping that because we're only 2 points after them and we're going to get players back, I'm hoping that their confidence will start to come in, and whatever geotactics will be, that'll be enough to get us points in this league. The league's the main thing we should be concentrating on, along with cups. But I don't know, Ox, if that's maybe something like the Dutch have got that it's different under Steven Gerrard and maybe under a Warburton and that certain managers. You know, it might just be a difference in attitude in the way he maybe talks to players, or doesn't he?
I get what you're saying, but maybe he's not getting any remit in the contract getting signed. But it was quite a strange statement to make at the press conference, all better.
It's a strange. The signing's strange to me. That alone, I think that might have took him by surprise that the boy got a 3-year contract. He's the top choice goalkeeper and never ever gets a game, and we gave him a 3-year contract. I don't understand. What is the boy, 24, 25 now? So you're basically saying, well, we're going to keep you here at Ibrox for the rest of your career, basically, son, but we're never ever going to play you. I don't get that. What's the point to this? What are we doing with this boy? Are we ever going to play him? Should have moved to a team of a high level and give him games, get him games, get him
Would you make him number 2? Would you make him number 2 now?
I don't know, mate. I've never seen him. I don't even know like this boy is. But he can't be that good. He can't be that good at 24, 25, and he can't get a game when there's a 40-year-old guy holding them out and a second string keeper who basically has been sitting on our bench for a year, 2 years now. If he was that good, McLaughlin, he wouldn't be sitting in the Rangers bench for 2 years. Let's call it straight. So that now brings you to McCrory, and you say that guy's holding you. When McGregor said he signed the contract, but he was going to retire, they promoted him. They didn't promote you, son. They promoted him. So what does that tell you about yourself? What you doing with your career? Keep telling you if these boys are anything about themselves, they don't waste their career sitting in the Rangers bench. If you're that good, that is. The wee boy Kelly's talking about it today. I read a wee bit about him. He's talking about it now. Get out and prove yourself. Don't waste your time sitting there. Van Bronckhorst said he doesn't like you. Well, you don't like me, I'm going somewhere else, because I can make my career and come back to Rangers. But I'm not going to waste the good years of my career sitting here waiting for you to give me a game. I don't understand these boys. I really don't. It's all there for them, but they don't want to grasp it.
There was a strange... I don't know if you heard it, Davey, in the press conference, you know.
Oh, I did, yeah. I heard it earlier on, yeah, I did. It's like young King. You know, their Golson got a 4 years contract. Where that one came from, I'll never know. And, he's had a decent, really good game, but apart from that, he's not been at the races. So that young boy's been in and out, and then must be sitting saying, I can do better than that. But that's just the way cookie crumbles. I think the point we're making about with Gio is that we've always been brought up, well, he's a lot younger than me, but you've had a style of manager that always, Walter, even Ali McCoy's getting right into their face and giving them pelters. Gio doesn't do it. The angriest I've ever seen Gio was last week when Matondo got nobbled and he went nuts. But he should be doing a lot of that with the players and all, giving them a shake. But he doesn't seem to have that in his makeup.
I get it. I think the game's changed. I mean, I don't know how Big Jock will go on the south side, you know.
I think they'd be a lot fitter.
Yeah, you better believe it. And a lot of them wouldn't be playing the new. I'll tell you that, because how Kent's still getting up. I mean, I know we keep bringing this up, but how he's getting played all the time when we've got the chance of changing that, it's beyond me. And he said that today. He says he's going to vastly improve his game. And does that mean he's going to play him again? I mean, that beggars belief.
Aye, well, be interested to see what the team has tomorrow on the south side.
Aye, it will be.
Do you think McGregor's a certainty to start, mate?
I think he could. I think he could probably go and sit in the Copeland Road and the Broomlawn for Maestey. I'd probably think he'll be lucky if he gets 2 saves to make tomorrow. That's what I'd be expecting. The thing about McCrory and Odger saying old Barry, he is young, right? But protecting an asset, right? He is young, and there's a possibility that they might see something for him going forward next season. And who knows what will happen, or we might have to put him out on loan in January, maybe 6 months, and get him some first team games, and then make a decision what they want to do with him. But I think you've got, first and foremost, you've got to protect the asset. He signed a 3-year deal, so obviously happy with what they've told him. And maybe there is a bigger future. Alan McGregor took a while. He was a bit Dunfermline and all that. I think McGregor might have been 24 years of age before he sort of got in the Rangers team, Albert. He had been about, but he was away in loan, and he's been away in loan.
That's what I'm saying. Southside, why is the boy sitting on the bench? Go out and play. I can understand giving him a 3-year contract, but he's away to play the championship down south or away abroad to play in a decent level of football to get experience. I can understand that. But
he might go in January then. He might go January.
We'll see, but
get experience, no.
I don't understand it. I really don't. And we're saying he's an asset. We don't know if he's an asset. They're saying he's a good goalkeeper. But get out and prove it. Let me see you. Let's see what's happening here. If I was the boy, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy sitting on the bench. And one of the questions we need to ask, when does a boy stop being a boy? I mean, there's the young King, 18, playing in the Champions League. There's Tillman, 20, playing in the Champions League. Are they boys? Are they still considered boys? Young Paul McStay, you remember him? He was still young Paul McStay at 32. I mean, that idiot running about there going, young Paul.
I think you're just bitter because you get called. I think you're just bitter because you get called Albert.
I get called Albert at 16, I think.
I'm young Davey and I'm 74.
All right, we know your birthday's coming up, Davey. Let it go, eh?
The difference between me and you, Davey, my face is like a scrotum.
No.
Southside, it's a good point Albert makes. I think you become a man in the team when you have a level of performance and your consistency, because young boys tend to come in good, bad, and sometimes they stay in and they disappear. And that it's a level of consistency in it you get.
Of course it is. And I mean, look at the run of games we've got coming up just in this month's period, and we're trying to bring young boys into a team that's been playing very well. Domestically, we've had one real blip, and the other one we should have got away with the points, and just for that last minute goal that they robbed off us. So technically, in the league, apart from performance-wise, and getting beat off them, we're no bad in the league as in points. Everybody's just went radio rental because we're into the Champions League. But for the young boys, the experience they've had in that, but we've got to try and get them into the league team. And it is a big ask, Ox. Young boys coming in and playing in front of a full house at Ibrox. We just take it for granted they should be ready to come in, but it is a big experience for them. Many young boys have ever talked on shows and said they've made it into the first team. They're nervous. They just want to make that first pass and hope that it goes to the jersey that they're passing it to, try and get a wee fit holding the game, and then they just try and get confidence with it. We just hope that they give a decent display, and unfortunately when they don't, Ox, they usually get took out, unless you're maybe that foreign player like we've said, a Tillman and a Hadji, as you were critical, Ox, before. If that been a younger boy, maybe, like, say, Lowry for Stephen Kelly, the boys would have been probably took out and you wouldn't have seen them for a good number of weeks. But because you've got Hadji and it's a name, or you've got Tillman, he's a foreigner, and Matondo would probably get persevered with in time. He's another one. You know, they're young boys and they will make mistakes, and they're probably playing out in full houses for a club that's got to win every week. And they weren't doing that at clubs they were at because some were playing at a lesser level and no first team football, and we're putting demands on them and putting them into Champions League and thinking, right, you can just go out there and play. But it's not as easy as that, is it?
No, pressure. You've got to get it right. You've got to time it right. You know, I think it's one of the hardest things in football, Billy, isn't it? Getting the boys in at the right time. And take them out at the right time. Alex Ferguson was a master at it, wasn't he?
Oh, listen, but the difference doing at Manchester United, Oxford was at that particular time when he brought all the laddies through, your Scholeses, your Beckhams, the Neville brothers, you know what I mean? Nicky Butts and all that. They were a cracking nucleus of youth all came through together, and he trusted every one of them. The difference with us is we've no got a conveyor belt at the level that Manchester United had. But listen, mate, listen, Ox, I'm all for giving the young guys a game, mate. I want to see the laddies coming up through the youth set up and bursting into the first team and kicking on, mate. I want to see the McCanns of this world strutting their stuff at Ibrox. I want to see the big laddie McCrory, they're playing in goals with the Rangers, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm a great believer, Ox. If you're good enough, you're old enough. You know what I mean? And we'll never know how good they are unless they get a game. And you can't get experience by sitting in the bench. I can't understand that for the life of me. Or you go well, put him on the bench to get him experience. And Dave, watch the game. He could be sitting in the stand watching the game. Only difference is he's got a Rangers jersey on. He'll get experience if he goes onto the park and plays in the football field. You know what I mean? So get the guys, get the young team on the park. Let's see what the young guns have got. We've got experienced players running about them to talk them and help them through the game. And I'm not saying you've got to play them all season. You know what I mean? Play them in games that they think the laddies are going to flourish. Then take them out and give them a wee rest, and then bring and drop them back in again, and then give them some more experience playing in the starting 11. Mm-hmm. See, that's bringing them off for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, giving them on 10 minutes, bring them on 8 to 2 minutes or whatever the case may be. That's no experience, mate. Get the guys on for the start. And let's see what these laddies can do for the Rangers. That's me had a rant and all.
It was your turn, wasn't it? It was your turn, aye. But aye. It'd be interesting, Dave, if we played all the boys tomorrow and we never get a result.
No, but that's not the point. The point is that
there's a point no results-driven industry, mate.
Well, it depends on how much you support your team. If you're 110%, which the majority of Rangers players are, I'd rather watching 10 boys out there run their guts out, get beat 4-0, rather than watch some of this lot, the new, playing the way they're playing, getting the money they're getting. And I think a lot of Rangers supporters would agree with that. That's all you're looking for. We used to have a saying, all I can ask is the guys that go out there, leave everything out in the park. And Gerrard used to say it regular, and you can't ask for any more than that. But you can't do that if we're only getting 10 minutes. That's my point.
So, Said, I don't think this is one of our worst starts. I think statistically it's one of our best starts, isn't it?
Aye, number of years you've always thought back. We've always had sort of slow, sluggish starts over the years. But, Davey, it's about winning, right? We're not going out there to just play young boys and lose this league title and cups. We need to win the league this year. So, we've got the squad, we've got it, and we know what they're good at and what they're not good at. But we just need to be winning. And I agree with blood young boys during the season, hopefully in games like St Mirren and Livingston's at Ibrox, but we don't go daft because we've still got to we still want to win a league, but we want to try and give them all experience. But the first and foremost thing, Davey, is about winning. And that's what it is up here. Because if you don't win, then there's nothing for you. Second's no good enough, Davey, up here. But I agree.
That wasn't the point I was making. The point I was making is we're talking about playing them and getting performances. Now, what have they got? What have they got to do?
He did say it wouldn't matter if we were getting beat.
I don't know. I don't mean that. I'm just saying that was just speak. That was the.
That was a teaser. That was a
no, that didn't. It never came over me. No, I break my heart every time Rangers even get a draw. And that's what it's like when you supported them for 60 years. But what I'm saying is, when you're looking, we're talking about where we are now and what we're performing like, and we're talking about bringing the boys in. And I guarantee if you're bringing them enough in with the experience we've got, they'll click. But we'll know if we're only gaining them 10 or 15 minutes. And I didn't mean to sound like I would take a defeat. No chance. No way. That's not what we're all about.
Okay, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening, Ox. Evening, the rest of the Bears in the panel.
Yeah, my man.
Listening to you all guys and talking about the young guys and that. Listen, I call it as I see it, as I keep saying. I don't care what you say. I've watched the young boys. I've watched every Rangers game that's been gone this season. I'm telling you, we've not got the talent there. That's number one. Number two, if you're talking about young boys, you're maybe talking about the likes of McCann and King. Certainly Lowry's better than any of the other two, but he's out crocked. So for me, that's the three you basically got. Out with that, the number one telling thing, you mentioned right at one of the things I heard in his pressers today, he talked about, I'm the man that sees our squad in training. And whilst he says that, that's correct. That's totally correct. Because you're one of the guys that always say, well, we don't see them in training. No, we don't. Our manager sees them in training. And you've got to call shots as it is. I'll go back to the same point, going back to Tuesday night, and incidentally, not just Tuesday night, where he's continuously played them. You're talking about a guy, Tillman, and he plays him out in the right. He played him for 66 minutes the other night when the guy done nothing. No, that's no criticism. That's fact. He done nothing. He contributed nothing. Tell me that if we don't see them in training, tell me the last time even when we Sakala, when you're on about Matondo, for me, the one that bugs me is Sakala. Tell me the last time Sakala played in any position where our manager played him. And when he came on, when he went off, even if he had a bad game, tell me the last time we never seen effort. And tell me the last time you never seen him running it with that ball at his feet. Now, we talk about effort, we talk about desire. See, that wee guy's got it in spades, and he also plays with a smile on his face. You know, the one thing I'm amazed at tonight, not one of you stuck up for Morelos, and I'm glad to see it because the other night I think he sickened us all, and I know he had a hard game up front himself. But the one thing I said right at the start was, Morelos, whilst he was on the park to hold up the ball, the guy, quite frankly, isn't match fit. He's no match fit, and yet we expect him to come on against us. We keep getting told players that are worth hundreds of millions, and we expected him to do something. Even if he had players running about him gaining the ball on Tuesday night, he would still have struggled because he's no match fit. The guy that's been scoring his goals didn't even get a sniff. He came on 10 minutes for the end. The three guys that he brought on 10 minutes for the end done more in the match than the rest of our team put together out with our goalkeeper, including our defenders, because Liverpool made it quite easy for them sometimes, and that's how I see it. But when he mentions the thing about we don't see them in training, our manager sees them in training. And that's where you fault him, because he plays guys out of position. See them other guys, I'm telling you, he's got to start with Matondo on the left and we Sakala on the right, and give them a chance in front of his own fans and see how they go on. And I'll tell you, for nothing else, guys, There's one thing we'll know, like, they three, including Big Kolach up front, we Sakala and Matondo will cause that team bother because they'll simply get the ball and run at them. And that's what we lack and throughout our whole team, and that's pace. Pace, pace, pace. Jock Wallace, you mentioned him earlier on, Ox. You know what Jock Wallace wouldn't have handled?
Take a breath. I've got my work on Monday. And you come South City.
Right, well, that was my front three, Blue Star. I had Sakala, Matondo and Cholak. I think that's what we need, just to take other players out. But, you know, it's like, when you're talking about the game, when you're talking about a game on Tuesday and all that, Stephen Davis, as soon as I heard he was in the team, that was enough for me. But when he says you don't see them in training, right, what type of training were we doing in the lead up to Liverpool? That's what I'd love to have seen. And the shape we were working on, were we working on a total defensive shape all that week then? We weren't really looking to go forward, or were we looking to do forward shape? I'd love to somebody have asked them, what actual shape were you doing for the Liverpool game? Because for me, we must have been doing a defensive shape, because we set up with five at the back for a start. And I think any time you set up with five at the back, it just gives any team an incentive, you know. But, Bollister, I just think we've got enough tomorrow to beat St Mirren. I think we're at home, and these are the type of games where we're looking to try and score a few goals. Maybe add one or two in, hopefully give them a game time. I'd like to have seen a Charlie McCann, maybe a Yilmaz. And if you see Sakala and Matondo, then there's quite a few different players, and hopefully that'll be enough to go and beat St Mirren, mate.
Billy?
Aye, listen, Ox, as I said there a wee while ago, mate, but we've not got a conveyor belt of youth coming through, mate. But what we have got there, we've got four cracking laddies, all be one's a goalkeeper with Lowry, McCann and King, and also McCrory, right? What we're saying is we want to see the laddies getting more game time. That's what we're saying. The boys have got it. You can see they've got it. And anybody that thinks that the laddies can't come into that Rangers team and improve it, then I'm sorry, I beg to differ. Regarding Sakala and Matondo, Blue Star, you're bang on, mate. I would take the two guys in my starting 11 in the morning. I said it at the start of the show, because they've got pace to burn, right? And they look as if they're going to be hungry. And listen, I'll tell you, there's another guy I know, I had in my team I know, right? And a lot of guys don't rate him. But I'll tell you one thing, what he does give you, he gives you work ethic all day long, right? And he's the only one that I can see in that Rangers team that wants to run beyond the striker, and that's Scotty Arfield. And he maybe not be the greatest of finishers, but he's always trying to make that run into the box. Always. So he would be in my team in the morning. He'd be in my team in the morning, Ox. Aye.
Last week, 8 or 9 out of 10. Execution, 2 or 3 out of 10, mate.
Mm-hmm. Ox, I totally agree with that, mate. And listen, we all know, mate, that his finishing could be better. That's blatantly obvious, buddy. But for making the runs into the box,
he's good at that.
He's good at making the late runs into the box, mate.
All right,
and that's something we're missing as well, buddy.
Albert, you come on some of Blue Star's points.
I agree with some of Blue Star's points. He's got a point, but the one about the boys, no team, and in the world, by the way, not just Rangers, no team in the world's got a conveyor belt of boys coming through. None. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 at the tops, any team. So this notion that everybody's got conveyor belts of young talent coming through their team, bar Rangers, is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. So we talk in circles, mate. We keep going in circles. It's a straight line you're talking about when you're coming to the youth teams through the Rangers to the first team. It's a straight line, mate. It's no this. We don't want to put them in because we might get beaten. You're going to accept it if we get beat. We never accept getting beaten no matter who's playing. But we're not talking about filling it up with a load of young boys. The ones, Tillmans and your, what you call them, Matongo and the wee boy Yilma, they've been bought in, mate. They're bought for a reason. They're bought for first team. They're ready to play in the first team. That's why they're bought in. That's why you've spent money on them. But the ones that we have developed, it's a straight line. You're either ready, you're not ready. If you're not ready, you shouldn't be at Rangers then. So you've got them there. Try them. Now we're needing a playmaker. We're needing somebody to go forward and a creative player. McCann fits that bill. Play him. Why are we not playing him? Lowry fits that bill. We will play him when he's fit. So you got to try them. King's already proved it. I'm a centre-half. Put me in, I'll show you I'm a centre-half. He did. He played in the Champions League against Liverpool at Anfield, and he showed you I'm a centre-half. That's what I do. So I don't understand this. We can't play him in case we get beat. If we get beat, well, we can't. That's the boys' fault. It's not the boys' fault. It's the Rangers players' fault. It's nothing to do with you. It's a straight line. Sorry, guys.
Historically, youth players they lack consistency. You know, you get the odd one that comes in the team. I know that you'll talk about Rooney, Willie Johnston, Billy Henderson, Derek Johnston, Wayne Rooney will be the one, Michael Owen. But historically, in most professional football, you get a lack of consistency with young players. That doesn't mean they can't get game time, or especially. I'm wondering, see the 5 subs and the 9 subs. Does that stunt or help the youth players' development, Blue Star? Because there used to be, there was 2 substitutes, and the boys would be away playing reserve football against pros to develop. Now they could sit in the stand on a Saturday or sit in the bench and not even go on.
Well, they came away with that thing a couple of years back that you had to have a couple of youth players in your name 2 as your subs, didn't they? And then they reneged on it. I don't know whether that was through UEFA or whatever. But the likes of the wee boy McCann, we're crying out for pace in the middle of the park. Somebody with a wee bit of craft. There's absolutely no reason why he couldn't play inside the likes of a Lindstrom and a Jack or whoever else he picks in the midfield tomorrow. No reason whatsoever. If you can't do it against a team like St Mirren, top half or bottom half, then there's something wrong in front of your own fans. As I say, for me, he has to... We're always talking about pace. Yes, we know it's the middle of the park that we're struggling with. But even the players that we've got up top that's got pace, Matondo and Sakala, it's only in the last game and a half that they've even been considered. He's not even been bringing them on for 5-10 minutes. Yet certain players seem to get game after game after game when they're not producing. That's somebody going back to whether it's Walter Smith or Joe Wallace, whoever. They didn't stand for that, because if you didn't produce, you didn't get all the games under time after time after time. And his only comment in his presser today was, well, he lacks a wee bit of consistency. He scored a goal and an assist last week. One game in the last, his first goal in 19 months or something it was. Are you joking me? The guy's a £7 million player, the dearest guy in our squad, and he's not produced. He shouldn't have been playing all the games. That's fact. Therefore, if you've got players that are trying their hearts out when they do come on, why are they not getting games?
Well, how's it going to go tomorrow, Davey? Give us a score. We're near the time.
I was close last week. I went for 2-0 and it ended up 4. Honestly, I'll go 3. I'll go 3. Confident with 3.
All right. Southside?
4.
4. Albert?
3-0.
3-0. Billy? Billy was on me, I think. Blue Star, how do you see it going?
If he plays the right team, it should be a minimum of 4. But Ox, one guy will need to watch for them, or I'm telling you, he's a good one. See the guy, Main? He'll cause us bother no matter what. But if he plays the right team, pace up front, we'll win it, no bother.
Billy boy, you back with us?
Aye, mate, I had to go into mute there, mate. The big Doug was barking out in the garden there. 3-1 to Rangers, mate. 3-1.
3-1.
Aye.
Well, thanks to everybody that joins tonight. Thanks, Davey. Thanks, Blue Star and Big Al, of course. Last word for your good self, Albert.
Thanks for having us on with Southside and Billy Boy. Enjoyed that, and all the best for tomorrow for all of us. And as the Blue Star says, onward and upward, mate. Onward and upward.
Yeah. Billy?
I concur, Ox. Thanks for having us on, mate, and a big shout out to my big mucker Southside and my pal Albert. Thanks very much, and let's get into this mob tomorrow. Get 3 points on the board and soldier on, the Rangers.
Yes. Southside.
Aye, thanks very much for having us on, Ox. It's been a pleasure to be on with Billy and Albert. And an easy win tomorrow for the Rangers. That's what we're looking for tomorrow. 3 points, and that'll do.
Yes, sir, no question. Is the Southside Super 6 going to start tomorrow?
Yes.
Confidence, I like it. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to Billy, Albert and Southside for joining us here on Rangers Radio. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. with a pre-match show to build up to a Rangers victory. Take it away, Old School Blue.
There is a team at Ibrox Way who wear the royal blue. They win by night, they win by day, with loyal hearts so true. Their fame is known in foreign lands, where they have won renown. Yes, Rangers process now demand a valiant victor's crown. Let hearts and Celtic rise and fall. They have never got a clue, but brightly shines upon them all the poison royal blue. If you would gang take Copeland Road to see the lads in blue, you'll always find a welcome there for gods like me and you. The Rangers fans will chant their hymn, their battle cry proclaim. Oh, follow Rangers on, the cry will be the same. Let hearts and Celtic rise and fall. They have never got a clue, what brightly shines upon them all, the poison royal blue. Let hearts and Celtic rise